friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking specifically into a no contact and or separation situation, messages from your person. And I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is the Good Karma Tarot, and pile number two is the Monstero. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today, but I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. Please be careful with scammers. I would not reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what you can expect in the extended. In the extended, we'll look at how do they think you feel. We'll look at head versus heart, what's going on, and their next move towards you. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi pile one, for those of you who chose the Good Karma Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energy. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, pile one. Before we get into the messages, let's first see what is going on between the two of you so that you know that this is your pile, alright? So specifically for no contact and or separation situation, what is going on between pile one and their person? Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups, and the Four of Coins. Alrighty, I do see that right now you might be starting to feel your person's energy starting to lighten up, or you might be feeling like your person's been starting to think about the future between the two of you, what could happen, the possibilities of what could change between the two of you. I do think that your person is holding back at this point in time, but you can feel the shift in the energy. It also looks like both of you are kind of on the precipice of things shifting between the two of you. So for some of you, this is very heavy reconciliation energy, and you're already feeling it in the 5D. For others of you, I do feel that this might be some kind of an emotional renewal in your connection. So if things have been difficult for quite some time, or both of you have just not been able to maybe work things out, be on the same page, I do see that there was a phase where things were really, really difficult between the two of you, but now you're starting to feel lighter about the situation. You're starting to feel a little bit more hope about both of you coming together. And not just you, you're also feeling that energy from your person as well. Overall, I do see that both of you sense a lot of happiness with each other, and both of you intuitively know that there is more to your story. Both of you feel like, yes, we can actually make this work, or we can come back together and make it a little bit more healthier than it was previously. So I feel like that hope is starting to seep in. So not necessarily you might be seeing it in 3D, but you're starting to feel that energy, and you're starting to tap into your person's energy and recognize that they too are starting to be more open to maybe reconciliation, or maybe even trying something different for your connection in order to bring some new energy, some refreshed energy into your connection. All right, so you can feel like it's done with the tough phase, and both of you are, you can sort of feel like both of you are starting to look forward and see, all right, well, what's done is done. Where can we go from here? That's the energy that's coming through, all right? So that sounds like you and your person. Let's get into the messages from your person, all right? Let me put this up a little bit. So specifically for no contact and or separation, what are the messages from pile one's person to pile one, please? Pile one's person to pile one. A little bit of stuck energy. I mean, I think that's the Four of Coins energy also coming out, where person might be very hesitant to talk about what they're actually going through at this point in time. Yes, there might be less communication between the two of you, or both of you might be feeling like if we say too much, then maybe, we might end up saying the wrong thing, or maybe we don't know how to behave around each other. So it's a little bit of less action going on in 3D. That is also confirmed with the messages. And I feel like because it's coming through as messages from your person, it looks like they also have been observing that things have substantially reduced between the two of you, like the communication, even maybe the intuitive knowing about what the other person is feeling, or maybe just generally things have been a lot less between the two of you, like the activities that you're doing, the conversations that you're having, or even just being in touch with each other. There is definitely some pullback that your person has also been sensing, but it does look like it's coming, because this is coming in more of a healthy energy. I do feel like your person knows that it is for the benefit of this connection, that both of you maybe needed some time apart, both of you needed some space in order to work through the difficult feelings, perhaps, of what has gone down between the two of you. Yes, we have triggers coming up. So it's quite understandable why both of you might have taken your space, why both of you have kind of taken a step back. I think that both of you may have inadvertently kind of triggered each other, maybe brought up some wounds in the past that both of you maybe needed your space to work through. So that is an acknowledgement coming through from your person that, whatever went down between the two of you, yes, there was something that was calling or being brought to the surface that both of you needed to work through. Wait. So we do have a little bit of a wait. I think that your person is telling you that even though you might be already feeling it in 5D, that things are shifting, your person might be telling that, wait, hang on, I'm still not there yet. I'm still, trying to reconcile with what I'm feeling. I do feel all of this optimism. I do feel all of this, good energy coming through. I'm starting to feel better about what went down between the two of us, as in how we can resolve things, but at the same time, I do need some time to work through all the triggers that have come up to the surface. We're losing sight, yes. I do feel like your person is trying to tell you that in the more both of you are in this distance, in this no contact with each other, both of you might be losing sight of what is important. Both of you being together, both of your happiness. So I think that this no contact is something that really bothers your person at this point in time, or it's starting to bother them, which is probably why you're seeing the energy shift. Like, are we really going to succumb to our ego at this point? We're losing sight of how important we are to each other. We're losing sight of what should be important to us. Maybe you've been fighting about something that seems petty, or maybe the triggers that have been coming up to the surface has nothing to do with the two of you and the bond that both of you share. Maybe it's got something to do with external, and maybe it has been third-party situations or third-party relationships. Doesn't have to be romantic, could be platonic, could be familial as well, that could be interfering with the two of you. Like, you're losing sight of the two of you and this bond between the two of you, and you might be, too wrapped up in what is going on outside of the two of you, or you might be losing sight of what is truly important for the two of you. And I think that that is something your person is also understanding at this point inside, that no, this distance, it's making us lose sight of what is truly important, which is probably why you're also feeling that reconciliation energy of your person saying, well, this distance is not really doing us anything. It's actually working against us at this point in time. Maybe in the beginning it was working for us, but now, no, it's not. So that might be the shift in 5D that you have been sensing as well. So, we do have a timeline card coming up. We have within 3 months, all right? And then we have no coming through. So I feel like your person will not come forward because this is in the healthy energy. I feel like this is your person telling you that until they're ready to handle this in a mature, in an emotionally healthy way, they're not coming forward. So it's saying no or not yet, but that's to protect you. That is to protect the connection. In fact, them saying no and taking very deliberate and considerate steps is actually them trying to be or showing up in a more healthier version of themselves, rather than working against the two of you through impulse or just barging in without being considerate to your feelings as well, right? So there might be a little bit of a pause before your person comes through, but I do sense that you're already feeling the energy in 5D. But remember, Pal 1, 3D always takes time to catch up with 5D. Don't lose hope, I will say. hold on to what you are intuitively feeling, right? There are no coincidences to what you're feeling, and even what you're feeling, I mean, it's not something that you can make up, right? There's a reason why you're already feeling that shift in the energy. So even if there is no proof in 3D, which I do see in the messages coming through, there probably isn't any proof in 3D. It doesn't mean nothing's happening. It doesn't mean that things are not working for the two of you to get to the feeling that you're feeling in 5D, right? So there's a reason for the delay, or there's a reason for the wait. It is because your person wants to be truly a version of themselves that can protect and maybe even be a more healthier version of themselves for you and this connection. Then we have it's too far. So maybe at this point in time, the version of your person that they need to get to feels a little bit far, which is probably why we have no in like such big letters, like no, not yet, I'm not ready. And even wait is in like big letters, capital letters over here. So maybe it does feel a little bit far to your person that, yes, I do see that we can be happy together. We can come forward with this reconciliation, but at the same time, that version of me, it does feel a little bit too far. But I do feel like your person is slow and steady getting to that point. They might not show you all their cards until they are that version of themselves. I think that they might struggle a little bit with worrying about how you perceive them as they are evolving into this version of themselves. So like I said, they will probably be very closed off until they feel comfortable with the version of themselves that they are, and then they will show it out, right? So that might be a little bit of a message coming through, that until, yes, I will become better for you. So until they feel this way about themselves, it does look like your person will be a little bit closed off. Even if you do reach out to them, I think that it will be very cold, or the conversation will feel forced. So I would suggest, just because of the energy that your person is in, I would allow them to actually just go through the process. I think that there's a little bit of shame or guilt in evolving into the version of themselves that they have to be in. Like there's a lot that they need to let go. So they don't want you to be a witness to that. That's one of the primary energy that's coming through. So like I said, they might like push you away or be closed off if you reach out. But if you allow them to, it looks like they will come out of their shell when they can look themselves in the mirror, is also what I'm hearing, right? But they are getting there. I will become better for you. There's a little bit of mixed energy with healthy and unhealthy energy coming through. So your person is shifting. I'm not the person for you. It's interesting. I wanted to say I'm not the perfect person for you. I think that your person might struggle a little bit with perfectionism, even with the energy that I was tapping into. Like they have to be this perfect version of themselves before they show it to you. They don't want to show this evolution, or the fact that they are changing for the better, or they are transforming, they are evolving. They don't want to show that. They want to like show the picture perfect version of themselves at the end. So I feel like that also is something that your person has to work through, like learn how to be vulnerable, learn how to, maybe to the people that you trust and who genuinely care and love you, maybe just to them, maybe have that discernment about who can you actually show a raw and vulnerable version of yourself. So maybe in the past, your person might have shown it to the wrong people, or people who didn't really care about them, people who used it against them. So that discernment is probably something that your person has to work through as well. I'm not sure if they're going to work through this by the time they come back. That energy is not coming through to me. So it looks like it will be post coming back that your person may or may not even work through it. But I do see a little bit of perfectionism, that they want to be this perfect version of themselves, and only then will they come forward. So that's the reason why there's a little bit of that weight coming through, right? And then we have short term. So I think that one thing in the past, your person may have just shown up with short term energy. And what I mean by that is maybe your person thought, okay, well, I'm just thinking only the next 2-3 steps. That's pretty much it. I don't care what happens beyond that. But I feel like this is also something that your person's shifting into. Like, what is the long-term thought process? Like, how are these actions that I'm taking today, how is it going to affect the two of us long-term? So from short-term thinking, your person's starting to think about long-term. That's also the 10 of Cups energy that's coming through as well. Like, what I do today, it matters. It matters not just 1 month down the line. It matters even, like, there are repercussions to it. It's a ripple effect. So I need to be careful about how I'm showing up right now. That might also be contributing to the perfectionism energy that we're seeing. Like, they know what is the impact. So it's possible that even either through this connection or maybe in other aspects of their life. Maybe they did something and then without thinking, or they just thought about the short term, and then in the long term they realized it worked against them, and maybe that was a very heavy blow. So this might be a little bit of overcorrection going on their end, where they think, oh, okay, it has to be picture perfect because everything that I do, every small step that I take at this point in time, it has a very long-term effect and I don't want to mess up. So that is kind of the energy that your person is in at this point in time. Let me get one message or one advice for you. It will be a little bit of a while. I mean, we do have a timeline card coming up, but even if that didn't resonate, I would say that it is shorter than you expect it to be. That is the message that's coming through, because it looks like they are kind of working to get to that point. But of course, you know, how much of those triggers have come up to the surface is very, very individualistic. It is also heavily dependent on your individual situations as well, right? But it does look like they're working, and it does look like you're actually on the verge of a shift in the energy of the connection. And when I say on the verge, I mean it in 5D, because 3D, it always takes time, right? So even if you feel like you're on the verge in 5D, 3D takes quite a bit of time to catch up. So I always want to like make sure you keep that in mind, but don't lose hope, all right? Don't be disheartened by it. Just know that it takes time. That's it. It's just a normal process that happens. Just because you're feeling it does not mean that it's wrong or something's amiss. No, you're feeling it. It means that 3D will catch up. It'll just take time, but that's the normal process. All right. Yes, I do feel like your person will be the one to come forward. It might not be with very grand gestures, but it will be something. Like it looks like they want to be the ones to take action, and they will do it when they're ready. Before that, they will not. And that momentum needs to kind of build within your person to come forward. They need to break through that threshold of withholding their feelings until they reach a certain version of themselves. So they probably might not reach that perfect version of themselves. I think that the threshold, it will break through that resistance. Yeah, the need to reach out, regardless of how they are, it will break through and they will reach out. So it might not be, it might be the kind of message that's coming through is the confession, or you know, even breaking through the silence. It's going to be like someone stumbling stumbling through the door. You know, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be very romantic like how you see in the movies, not cheesy, no, but that by itself is going to be very, very endearing. You know, the fact that it's all of their resistance just broken down and they have absolutely no idea what to do, but they just want to show you something. So that's the energy that's peeking through right now. All right, so let us get into what we will be covering in the extended. So in the extended, we'll look at how do they think you feel right now. Head versus heart, we'll look at what is going on, and we'll look at their next move towards you. I will pull more cards, more details, more oracle cards to see deeper aspects of what their next move and possibly what their next action towards you is going to be as well. All right, details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. This is where I will leave you for today, Pal One. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Pal One, take care, trust your intuition, you always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi, Pal Two. For those of you who chose Monstero, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energy. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, Pile 2. First, we'll take a look at what's going on between the two of you so that you'll know that this is your pile, and then I'll get into the messages, alright? So, specifically for no contact and or separation situation, what is going on between Pile 2 and their person? Page of Swords, the Emperor, Judgment. Okay. Looks like someone wants to talk to you. There's something left unsaid between the two of you. There's some conversation that's meant to happen. I think that I'm hearing the word chickened out, or the phrase chickened out. So I think that there was an opportunity to say something at some point. And I also think that your person did not choose that opportunity, or they decided to let it go. Your person didn't think that they were ready for that conversation. Whether they are ready or not, it looks like there is some kind of divine pull, some kind of divine intervention where, ready or not, that conversation is coming, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have no idea, this is not your pile. This is definitely a conversation. There's an elephant in the room. Both of you know that there's something unspoken between the two of you and something that needs to be said. For some of you, it could be a confession, an apology, maybe some explanation, maybe even your person reaching out and being the one to break the silence between the two of you. There was an opportunity for this to happen, but your person did not take it. You are very well aware of it. Your person also is very well aware of it as well. But they cannot run anymore. Tell you, they cannot run anymore. And that is exactly what the energy is at this point in time. So if this sounds like you and your person, let's get into messages from them. Okay, messages for, specifically for no contact and the reception situation. Begin. All right, so I feel like this is your person trying to tell you that, yes, they understand that there was a conversation that did not happen between the two of you. There was a missed opportunity between the two of you. However, this does not mean that things are over between the two of you. In fact, it means that there will be an opportunity for things to come back around, because both of you cannot let go of this connection. And I think that because what has to be said has not been said, there will always be this energy lingering between the two of you. So it's not over is what your person is trying to tell you. And I feel like this also might be message coming through from their higher self, that they're starting to realize that how much ever they run away from this connection, every path is leading them back to you, because there hasn't been closure, or because there is this thing hanging between the two of you. Okay? So they cannot escape that is also something that a person is understanding. There is a higher purpose to all this, I told you. I think that your person is learning that you cannot fight fate. You cannot run away from something that's meant to happen, something that's meant to be. Even if you do have free will, it has to operate within the field of divine law. And that's something that your person is understanding with judgment over here, that how much ever they run from it, the more resistance they're creating, the more they're actually forming their path to come towards you, to actually face whatever it is that they're running away from. So there is a higher purpose to what you're going through. It must be very frustrating on your end. It must be, just a little bit exhausting as well, because you know that there's a conversation meant to happen. You know that there's something more meant to happen between the two of you, and it's just not taking place, and you can see your person running away. But I think the message coming through to you is there is a purpose to your person running away. They are actually building resistance, and so much so that at some point they will not be able to run away from this conversation. They will have no choice but to face this conversation. But they need to get to that point. This is your person's choice at this point in time, but it's all leading them back to you, to this connection. So yes, there is a higher purpose to this. The more you can stay centered, the more you can be at peace, knowing that you can't fight fate, and knowing that what's meant to happen will happen anyway. Because everything, to an extent, yes, our free will, but does define our course. But the thing about that is, even our free will, the choices that we make invariably end up becoming the path that we are meant to choose, right? So that is something that your person is understanding. I worry about you. So your person might not be sure if you're receptive to them. They might be worried about whether you're not really open to them coming back in, whether you are upset with them for this missed opportunity. How are you doing? What are you feeling at this point in time? I think that there might be a little bit of a block over here. So either they haven't kept in touch and they don't know what's going on with you, or you might have blocked them. Both of you may have blocked each other because of this unspoken communication that was meant to happen between the two of you. So either way, there seems to be some kind of wall coming through. And I think that your person might be worried that even though they're having all of these realizations to come towards you, to talk to you, to break the silence between the two of you, what if you no longer want them? What if it's all, you know, all of these lessons that your person is learning? What if it's just a waste of time? Or what if it's just meant to hurt your person? So there's a little bit of that fear about where you are at, what you're doing, and whether you want them back or not, whether you want this connection back or not. Courage, I told you. Yes, your person is very, very slowly but steadily gaining the courage to come towards you. There is communication definitely coming through. In the extended, we'll of course look at maybe additional next moves that your person will be making, or moves that they will be making before the communication comes through. We'll see that. But for your reading, I mean, definitely there is communication coming through. It's very, very strong. And it does look to be some kind of a message. So I'm seeing email, text, handwritten letter as well I'm seeing, but I'm seeing like an envelope. So they're different. But I'm seeing more of chat type of message, not face-to-face. It does look like it's going to happen online. All right? So yes, your person is going to, or is building the courage. This is exhausting. Yes, when you run away from what is meant to happen, when you run away from the path that you're meant to be on, it does get exhausting. You're building that resistance to fight fate also. It's a lot of work, you know, and at some point I think that your person's going to realize that it's a lot less exhausting to just face what they have to say to you than run away. Like all of the energy that they're spending in running away, it's going to catch up to them. And I think that it already has started to. With judgment coming up, your person's realizing that they cannot just I'm seeing, you know what I'm seeing? You know how people hold something and then they put like cloth over it and just wrap it up and then they cover it? Yeah, I'm seeing that. So I think that your person thought at one point that they will be able to cover up or suppress this and it will never have any consequences. But that's you and I know that that's not true. That cannot. Like anything you suppress, it will come up to the surface. It's kind of like, you know, pushing like a, what is that? The ball. What ball is that? The beach ball, right? You push the beach ball into the water and then it pops right back up. That is, and with the same amount of force that you're pushing it in, it will pop right up as well. So it's physics. It's also something your person is understanding at this point in time as well, that it's getting very, very exhausting to pretend like everything's okay and that nothing is meant to happen. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I think that there is a lot of fear coming through. Can I do it? Do I have it with me? That's the Emperor energy also coming through. Like, do I have it in me to do that, or to say that, or to show up that way? Do I have it in me to face the consequences of that conversation? But I think that part of the process that your person's going through at this point in time, Paltu, is becoming ready, is becoming a version of themselves that can handle the conversation as well as the consequences of that conversation. So right now it might feel like they can't, but it will, like, eventually the experiences that they go through in this resistance will help to build their courage, will help them realize that they can, right? Twin flames. All right, so this could be some kind of a like twin flame connection, or even a high frequency soulmate connection. Maybe you both keep coming back to each other. Maybe both of you keep triggering each other, and this might be one part or one phase of both of your evolution that's meant to happen. Maybe on your end, you're learning how to be comfortable with the silence. You're learning how to give your person the space to grow, to evolve, to be the one to break the silence. Maybe you're learning on your end how to let go, how to sit with the unknown, how to sit without feeling chaotic within you. So there might be lessons playing out on your end. If twin flames don't resonate, then it could be divine couple, it could be high frequency soulmate connection. Right? But yes, there's definitely, I mean, given the higher purpose to all this, and look at that, I didn't intend it to be that way, but I think that given the way both of you keep coming back to each other, yes, I do think that there might be something more to your union or both of you coming together. Is it possible for us to start over? Yes, I think that your person asked this question again and again to themselves, but I also feel like at this point, they might not be ready to answer that question themselves. But that is the journey, that is the process, Paltu, all right? So on your end, you might think, yes, it's possible. Or actually, the moment I said that, I did hear that some of you, maybe it's not possible. Maybe on your end, there's still some healing to do. But I think that eventually both of you are going to meet at a point where you're ready for a start over. You're ready to handle the intensity and the depth of this connection with the maybe a little bit more transformed version of yourself, or I guess I would say a little bit more aligned version of yourselves. I can't see a way out. So yes, at this point in time, your person cannot see a way out, but that is part of the journey for them, you know, to recognize that they have actually all the answers within them. At this point in time, your person might be distracting themselves. They might be looking outwards. They might not really be understanding that they actually do have the answers, and the moment they stop resisting, the answer will flow, or they will be able to tap into the energy of receiving the answer. So at this point in time, a lot of resistance, a lot of block, but I do see that it will clear out. I mean, it has no choice. It will clear out, and your person also will understand that the answers were within them all along. The courage that they're seeking out outside of them, it was there within them. Whatever they feel like they can't, it's possible because they were always meant to. Right? Yes, worry, yes. A lot of worry at this point in time, though. I feel like your person is going to come out of this energy. They're meant to. That's the only reason why I'm saying that, yes, they will. But at this point in time, they're still very deep into this energy of feeling like I can't, or I need to have courage, but I don't. I can't seem to find it. I don't know where it is. I'm just going to distract myself because sitting with this feeling is very, very uncomfortable. All right? But overall, they will come out of this energy. You both are meant to have that conversation, so you will have that conversation. All right, pile 2, let me get one message or one advice for you. Let's see what wants to come through. Yeah, allow your person to go through their own process of figuring things out on their own. Like, this chaos that they're going through is actually meant to happen. It's actually meant to help them understand their own capabilities, find the courage within them, find the answers within them. So it is through the imbalance that your person will actually learn how to balance the energy within them, how to recognize their power and act on what feels like alignment to them. Okay? So how to, let's take a look at what we will be looking into in the extended. So we'll look at how do they think you feel. We'll look at head versus heart, what's going on. And we'll look at their next move towards you. So we do know that the conversation is coming up, but I will look deeper into that. I will pull more oracle cards. Maybe we'll take a look at what is their energy going to be when they reach out to you, all right? Because they're definitely going to reach out, but how are they going to reach out? What's the energy going to be? We'll take a deeper look into that. Okay? So details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. Pal 2, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Pal 2, take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.